Hello everyone, welcome to another time-lapse video. In this one I'm painting Wolverine. He's just always been one of my favorite characters from the Marvel universe and X-Men and all that. I really enjoy Wolverine. I think he's super cool, so I wanted to paint him next. I painted this really flashy background just using a lot of big brush strokes. I used a 2-inch brush for pretty much that whole thing, and then I sketched on my reference. I used acrylic paint for the underpainting of this one. I went around on the outline of the painting where all the brightest highlights would be, and again I just do this because it helps me to paint the rest of the piece. I like to have everything in place and just have very clear defined boundaries of where I'm painting. The sketch that I did with the colored pencil is very light. I could barely see it myself, and so I like to get the outlines in and the biggest placeholders in where I can kind of work around those and get everything else painted in. I used this darker yellow. It's just a yellow mixed with a bit of brown. It's burnt sienna, and that does the shadowed yellow colors. I also used a ultramarine blue with a bit of phthalo blue mixed in with that to get the really dark blues, and then ultramarine blue with the light blue to get the light blues. Just mixing those two together and kind of blocking in everywhere where this blue color is. And again, if you've seen me paint other pieces, you know that I like to use acrylic as the underpainting of the piece. This is just because it dries very fast and it's super cheap and it's easy to block in. And so I like to go through my entire piece and block in with acrylic painting before I ever switch to oils. And again, it's just because it dries super fast. I like to work in really fast layers. I like to do paintings in just ways that are fun for me, and this is the most fun I have painting, is doing an acrylic block in and then oils on top of that acrylic block in. And I like using oils on top because it gives me a nice underpainting to paint on top of. It gets the nice vibrant colors down, and then oil paintings have really good details and saturation, and I can get really good gradients with them. And also the brightest highlights in oil paints are just much brighter than I can get with acrylics. I think it's because acrylics are just a bit more transparent, whereas oil paint is more opaque. And at this point I'm still using all acrylic paint. I'm just getting in all these little colors, using oranges, whites, blues, yellows, just everything to make the painting really pop before I even think about switching to oils. And the reference that I used for this was pulled straight out of Marvel Rivals. It's the MVP screen for Wolverine. These are just really fun references to use. They're all originally 3D poses and 3D renders with this cool tomb writing effect on them, and it's just a lot of fun to paint. I painted my Jeff the Shark painting the same way, just using that as a reference and then painting it with oils in my style. And I don't know, I'm just having a lot of fun. I hope you guys really enjoy this piece. I want to do more, so if you have any ideas or suggestions on who I should paint next, please leave those in the comments. I always read my comments. I see all the comments you guys leave me on all of the platforms, so please, if you have an idea of who you would like to see me paint next, I would absolutely love to see your suggestions. And this part is the oil paint. You can see that that white is just a lot brighter, a lot more solid, opaque, really oversaturated. I go back over the highlights, and then I add this bright yellow on top of the mask helmet as well, and on the chest piece. It just makes the piece really pop. And here's that satisfying tape pull. This is one of the really fun things about painting on mixed media paper. So it's a lot of fun to just pull it off and see what is underneath and see those nice sharp edges. So again, I really hope you guys enjoyed this one. Please leave a comment, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye.